should say more often. Number 20, thank you. And not just on Thanksgiving, every day. Number 19, excuse me. Number 18, here's a surprise corn dog that I bought you because you're my friend. There'll be more corn dogs, more happy people. This is a good idea. Corn dog for you, corn dog for you, corn dog for you. Number 17, I'm sorry. Number 16, I forgive you. Number 15, you can do it. But don't say it if it's something they can't do. Number 14, another thing that we should say more often. I have barbecue sauce on my shirt too. Before you say something about the barbecue sauce on somebody else's shirt, take a look at the barbecue sauce on your own shirt. Number 13, please. Number 12, everything is going to be okay. Number 11, oh, you got me a corn dog too? You shouldn't have, buddy. Number 10, I don't know. I know a lot of people who need to say that. My sister. Number 9, you're so awesome I named my dog after you. Wait. That could hurt someone's feelings. I mean boat. I named my boat after you. Well, you even have a boat. You're so awesome, I legally changed my name to yours. Wait, that's super creepy. Just tell people they're awesome and mean it. Number 8, hello, person I've never met before. Here's a high five. Number 7, my sports team is not always the best sports team. It takes a big man to say that. Number 6, nothing. Sometimes that's the best thing you can say. Number 5, doesn't mean anything, but it's just really funny. Number 4, I disagree with you, but I still like you as a person who is a human being, and I'll treat you like that. Because if I didn't, it would make everything bad, and that's what lots of people do in this lane. Whew, I need a water break, y'all. It's okay to disagree, but it's not okay to be mean. Number 3, sometimes you just gotta scream. Number 2, life is tough, but so are you. Sometimes we all need to be reminded to keep going. Number 1, something nice. Anything. If you can't think of anything nice to say, you're not thinking hard enough. So what about you? What do you think people should say more often? Leave a comment below and let's hear it. Oh, and I got a bonus one for you. Something that we should say more often? Let's dance.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thought that was a cute little video, kind of set the tone. Just saying something nice can go a long way sometimes, so, especially in math class when it can be frustrating if you don't know something. So, if you ever just feel like you're being down and out in some math problems, feel free to just kind of take a step back and say something nice to the person sitting beside you. Might make you someone's day, actually, too. Okay, we're going to take a look at order real numbers. Okay, and simplify square roots. This will be day 2. This is just day 1. So you're going to see at the top of all my notes, I have a standard. The standard's there. If you'd like to read it, knock yourself out. There are also links that you may click on as well. So if you go to my webpage, you can see that there is some help here with rational versus irrational numbers. Please feel free to use this. All right, questions. So what is the difference between rational and irrational? Well, a rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction. Now, this can go a long way. You might think of a fraction as 1/2, okay, or maybe like 3/5. 1/2 ends up being 0.5, 3/5 is 0.6. You might even have something like 1/3. Now, 1/3 is a repeating decimal, okay, repeating decimal. That's okay. That's still rational, makes sense. Now, you could also have a number like 5. 5 is technically 5/1. You don't ever see us write it as 5/1, but that's a fraction. You could have something like square root of 4. Anybody know what square root of 4 is? 2. All right, that's also a fraction. So rational is something that can either be written as a fraction, but it terminates or repeats. Terminates or repeating decimal. Okay. Now, contradicting to that is an irrational number. Is any number that cannot be written as a fraction. Okay, there's a very specific group of things here for this. You might see something like the number pi. I'm sure you guys have heard of pi before. 3.1414 159, 265, 375, 135, 295, 653. I'm just making a joke. I'm making numbers up at this point. But it's irrational. It goes on forever and is no pattern. Okay? So that's what's going on there. You might see something like square root of 3. Okay, square root of 3 is irrational. There is no perfect square. There is no number that can be multiplied by itself to get you just 3. Okay? So pi is a big one, square root of 3. There are other things. Most of them are involving square roots. There's also something called the natural number e. You might learn that later in the year. You'll definitely learn this in Algebra 2. Natural number e. It's actually on your calculator, which I will show you at some point too as well. So here's the thing to remember. Just a quick little side note. Everything falls under real numbers, except for something called imaginary, which is in Algebra 2. All right. Rational numbers are right here. You've got rational, sorry for my handwriting, and you've got irrational. Okay? But they still fall under the real numbers category, alright? And they each have their own separate things. But a rational number will not be an irrational number, and vice versa. Okay? Down here, when comparing rational and irrational numbers, your best bet is to convert them into decimal approximations and then compare. So we have our calculator, our trusty friend calculator. We're going to use this a good bit. Okay? So what we have here is I have my calculator. I know 5 is 5. Yippee. Okay? Now square root of 28. I can hit second. And then down here where it says x squared, if I hit this, it opens up the square root button. And I can type in 28. So I get 5.29. Okay, real quick. Maybe not. So which one is larger? Well, the larger one is going to be 5.29. So I make my sign. 5 is less than 5.29. Bingo. And then if I want to rewrite it the way it was originally started to, 5 is less than square root of 28 because you want the most approximate answer. Okay. Next one. Pi. There is a pi button in the calculator. If I hit second caret, that brings up my pi. In case anybody forgot, it was 3.14. Square root of 10, 3.16. Okay. So, sorry, I just hit the focus button. Apologize for 1 second. And yay, it looks more clear. Hooray. So pi is less than root 10. Okay, wonderful. Okay, you can kind of see where we're going with this. 3 root 8. I'm going to slide this over a little bit. So I've got 3 square root 8. Close it. 8.48. I've got root 66. Second square root 66. 8.12. So now which one's larger? The 3 root 8. So I'm going to write it again. 3 times the square root of 8 is greater than root 66. Okay. E to the 5th. This is what I was talking to earlier. Let's see if you can see my calculator. If I hit second and this division button, this brings up the natural number e. Now just to show you this real quick, the natural number e is 2.718. It's a constant. You don't really need to know that necessarily so much just now. It'll come up later on. Here's my caret button. 5, enter. 148.41. And then 189 divided by 1.24, 152.41. So again, e to the 5th is less than 152.41. Cool. And then here we have 2 decimals. 0.08. The 8 is in the hundredth spot. Okay. And the 0.004, this is in the thousandth spot. Okay. So the larger one would be the 0.08. Think of it like this is the smaller. Okay. So we could go 0.08 is greater than 0.004. There you go. Okay. If you want to think of it like if you multiplied both these by 100, this would be 8, because I moved the decimal back 2 spots. This would be 8, this would still be 0.4, therefore it would be larger. Okay, however you want to think of it to make it make sense to you. Okay, a few more here and then we're all wrapped up. List the following in ascending order from least to greatest. Okay, so I'm just using a bunch of calculator work here. All right, negative pi. So again, I'm just using my calculator. To save a little bit of time, I'm going to pause the video right here and then just write all the decimal approximations out with using my calculator. Okay, so take a moment, pause the video right here, and you can go ahead and try it on your own, and then check back in a second. And welcome back. Okay, so all I did here was I pushed a bunch of these into the calculator. Okay, I'm going to point out a few of these over here, like log and the absolute value when I get there. But now we are listing them in ascending order. Okay, now it's important to note ascending order is least to greatest. I'm hoping that you guys are cool with what is descending order then. That is from greatest to least. Okay, I know that sounds silly. I'm sure you guys know that. I'm not trying to say you don't, but those two words are very valuable. You'll hear them a lot throughout your mathematical career. So least to greatest is what we're doing here. Smallest number. Now I've got two negative numbers. Obviously negative we're going to stick with first. Since this is the larger negative number, that one's going to come first on the number line. Okay, so negative 2 root 6. Now, one little thing is I like to cross things off when I'm done with them. So my next one is obviously negative pi. All right, let's analyze what we got left. We have a 4 point something, a 0.11, and a 10. So the smallest number will be the 3 raised to negative 2 power. Good. 4 is obviously smaller, so root 5 plus 2. And then 3 root 12. Voila. Okay. So a little bit of work up front, put the time in, we got it. Now over here, just to show the answer quick, we've got the smallest number would be our negative 8.24 or negative root 68. Followed by my negative 54 over 17. Negative 1. Between these two, the smaller one is going to be my log 24, and then just my absolute value of negative 5. Now very quickly I would like to show this to you. You shouldn't need to know this, but just in case, there is a log button on your calculator. If you look on the left hand side down a little bit, it says log next to 7. Hit that and the log pops up and we type in 24. That's how I got my 1.38. As far as you need to know that, it's more of an Algebra 2 concept. You will get to that when you get to Algebra 2. But just in case you see that, don't panic. It's just a button on the calculator. Okay. Absolute value. The definition is it's the distance from 0 to the value. So it's always positive. So therefore, the absolute value of negative 5 is positive 5. Bingo. Got it. Okay. Take a moment now, all right, and try this problem out. And again, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to show you some work afterwards. It says which of the following numbers is not listed in ascending order, and we'll go over it in just a moment. So try it out on your own and go. Alright guys, so just to wrap this up here, it says which of the following numbers is not listed in ascending order. All I did in that little break was I went through and I put all of the ones that were not in decimal approximation into decimal form. So now I have a better understanding of what to look at. Okay, so you can take a glance at each of these, A, B, C, D. This is a multiple choice question. Finally, once you see down here for part D, D is the only one where it goes from 3.51, 3.52 back to 2.71. So it's not ascending, it kind of jumps down. So this would be your correct answer. Okay, so this wraps up this video. All right, again, just feel free to use the calculator, get a feel for it. As always, ask questions about anybody or to anyone's in the room. And good luck. We're all counting on you.